You highlight deviations of key figure values in a query with exception reporting. Deviations from predefined threshold values or intervals in the report are displayed in different colors when the exception is active. Viewing deviations provides the basis for a response.
On the General tab of the Change Exception screen, set the default status, description, and one or more exception values. Select Exception is active to set the exception's default status as shown in the figure. When this option is selected, the exception is applied as soon as you execute the query. Use exceptions to evaluate one or all key figures in your query definition. To use exceptions on specific key figures in your query definition, you must define an exception for each key figure. On the Definition tab of the Change Exception screen, configure the exception so that you can do the following. Evaluate the exception against one or all of the key figure elements in a structure. Determine whether the exception is evaluated before or after any local calculations.
On the Display tab of the Change Exception screen, you can control the cells in your report that will receive color for an alert level.
On the Cell Restrictions tab of the Change Exception screen, specify whether the exception applies to both detail and result values or to the result values only. In the Define Cell Restrictions section, choose New to define an operator for each characteristic in the query definition and a value for each operator. Choose Transfer to add your restrictions to the list. The following table presents the results for available cell restrictions operators.
The figure shows example of the resulting report display when the totals only operator is used.
The figure shows example of the resulting report display when the everything except totals operator is used.
Change exceptions in the Query Designer by choosing Edit from the context menu of the exception definition and selecting the appropriate tab on the Change Exception screen. To delete an exception, choose Remove from the context menu of the exception definition. You can analyze query results in more detail with conditions. As a prerequisite, you must have created a query definition for which one or more conditions can be defined. By using conditions in your query, you can take advantage of the following features in your report. Analyze combinations of characteristics using ranked lists. For example, by displaying your 10 best customers by sales revenue. Define value limits so that you can display all key figure values above or below a certain value and view the restricted results in your analysis report. Define multiple conditions for a query in BEX Query Designer and activate or deactivate the conditions in the analysis report to create different views of the data.
When you create a new condition, right-click on its context menu to open the Change Condition screen. On the General tab, enter a description. Select Condition is active to use the condition in the report as soon as you execute the query. Alternatively, you can activate the condition in the analysis report.
In the Define Condition Parameters section of the General tab, you can do the following. Choose New to select a key figure for which a condition is to be used. Choose an operator and a value for the operator. Choose Transfer to add your entries to the list of conditions. Choose OK to save the conditions.
The following table presents the operators available for threshold value conditions and some examples of their usage.
The following table presents the available operators for ranked list functions and some examples of their usage.
On the Characteristic Assignments tab of the Change Condition screen, define how the condition will work with the characteristics in your query. If the query contains many drill-down characteristics, the condition may be out of context and produce invalid results.
If you're using multiple conditions in one report, conflicts may arise that may lead to automatic deactivation.